Happy Friday. Thank you for joining us on our last day in our series on rest. And today I'm going to chat to you about relying on God and creating margin for God in those areas that you need to find rest. We're going to look at two passages of scripture today. The first being in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 30. And it says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And then looking at Mark chapter 1, verse 35, and it says, "And rising very early in the morning, while it was still dark, he departed and went out to a desolate place, and there he prayed." So, what are these two scriptures actually telling us? They're telling us that in the verse in Matthew about how we can rely on God by leaning on Him. By His yoke being easy and His burden being light means that we can rely on God so that He can take on those cares and troubles for us, or those things that we are striving to do in our everyday lives. And in this passage of scripture in Mark, it speaks about Jesus going away, making time early in the morning to go away and pray and be with God before he went out to do ministry for the day, which was then preaching and praying for people and everything else in his ministry. He always made time to go away. He created margin in his life to spend time with God, and we should be doing the same. We should be looking at that as an example in our lives when it comes to resting in God and finding rest in our lives. So, what does it look like practically for us? So, I would like you to go away and maybe write down all those things that we've been chatting about, those areas in your life that you are not releasing to God. Write those things down on a piece of paper, everything that you do on a daily basis and on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and have a look at what that looks like and maybe make a really conscious decision as to which of those things are really important. Do you really need to watch that many Netflix series in a month? Do you really need to read a lot of books? I don't know. Whatever it may be, whatever it may look like in your life, there are things in our lives that we can cut out so that we can create margin to spend time with God, just as Jesus did. It doesn't have to be early in the morning, it can be whatever time is suitable for you. But if it's not an intentional thing, it needs to be something that you have to create intentionally in your life. So I'd leave you with that activity today and hope you have a great Friday, an amazing weekend. And we'll see you again on Sunday for the message. We are praying for you and we love you. Have a great day.